are you on camera?
I was about to tell them about how we went to bed at the same time.
It's scary for you?
It's scary. I'm scared. Guys, last night Zach and I went to bed at the same exact time, and that should just never be a thing. I mean, most couples, they probably do go to bed at the same time. It's normal, it's wonderful, but not when one person wakes up 5 hours before the other person. Just let that sink in for a second. And no, I wasn't like up late partying, having so much fun, being reckless. I was just laying in bed, staring at the ceiling. Actually, why is that an expression? Does anyone do that? Does anyone actually do that? My eyes are closed the whole time, but I'm just not falling asleep. I don't know what it was. I just really couldn't fall asleep for the life of me, so we ended up going to bed just before 11, and so I probably fell asleep a little bit after 11, and do you see the time right now? So that is just really not a great thing. I'm actually fearful for how tired I'm gonna feel today, but we are gonna power through, guys. It is what we do. I was actually really sad when my alarm went off this morning because it actually did go off. As you guys know, most of the time I don't sleep in until an alarm. I'll always just wake up like, I don't know, anywhere from 1 minute, usually it's literally 1 minute before my alarm, to 30 minutes before it, just get out of bed. But oh, the good old alarm went off this morning. All right, guys, we've got the props, and a props morning is a good morning. As you guys know by now, if you watch my videos, I love a good prop. I think they just make everything so much fun, and so today we are covering high school sports, and obviously athletes have had a much shorter time to prepare, so we are seeing more injuries, and I spoke with the doctor, and he is giving them some tips on how to not be injured. So we are breaking out our athletic skills. We got a regular size football, we got a mini little football, mini little, that is not Clancy, you're an idiot. Little football, and then even a whiteboard. I do have to say though, when I am catching the ball on air live, it is pretty nerve-wracking because it's just so awkward if you drop it.
I don't know about you, but I am ready for some football. And right now you might be thinking, Clancy, really? Is that a styrofoam football? And yes, it is, but there's a reason for that. I spoke with Dr. Argo from Beacon Orthopedics, and he said athletes have to ease into it. So I haven't thrown a football in so long. Once I do throw it, get my spiral down, once I'm feeling ready, then I can launch into the real thing.
And we have another hit coming up in about like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and I'm gonna be going long. So I'm feeling a little nervous, but also like this is what makes my job exhilarating. I don't know, playing it safe in life in general, like what's the point? Cool, you can do perfect in a mediocre way, or you can mess up a little going the extra mile. I don't know, maybe I'm just spitting too much philosophy this early in the morning and I just sound like an idiot, but I just, we're gonna risk it, and famous last words, it's all probably about to be really embarrassing, but also, what's the worst case scenario? I drop the football, make a joke about it, and then someone's starting their day and maybe they have a little chuckle at me. It's just, I'm just trying to make excuses for what's about to go down. All right, we are making our way down to the football field, but it's so funny because we're parked, I guess it's like the drop-off lane, and so I'm hearing like different interactions between parents and the kids, and the first one I heard, it was like so sweet. It was like, bye, love you, and the guy was like, love you, mom. But then I just had like a stream of like bad interactions where the mom was like, don't forget this, and like the guy was like, I know, and he like slammed the door, and it's like kind of jarring to see. I'm like, oh my gosh, he spoke to his mom like that. But then I remember, man, back when I was in high school, I was moody. I don't know what it is, like I really entered age 15 to 17, and if you spoke to me on a wrong day in the wrong moment, sorry mom and dad, I was. Matt, were you a moody teenager once upon a time? No. No?
Just quiet.
Oh, wow, your parents probably loved you then. Matt is quarterback Matt this morning, and right now, do you know what we're doing, Matt? Do you know which one this is?
The deep pass?
This is the riskiest one! And the big excuse this morning, which Matt said there were no excuses, but it was so hard to catch the ball because we have these lights and it was dark and I literally couldn't see anything, but now we don't have that excuse.
Hey Sheila, to say high school athletes are excited for this season
Is the understatement of the century, but the question is, are they ready for it?
because of the pandemic. They have not spent as much time on the field. They have not had as much time to run, go long, and catch some footballs, and maybe even spike them if they're feeling spicy like I am this morning.
It is 11:11, guys, make a wish, and we have had kind of a busy morning. I was just listening to the Hamilton County briefing. They do a COVID-19 briefing every Wednesday, and I'm gonna be live in the Breaking News Center with this at noon. And wow, I have not looked in a mirror in so many hours, and oh my god, what is my hair right now? This is not good, but it's so funny because, no, this is not funny. It's so weird, like I truly never care what I look like unless I'm on the morning show. It doesn't make sense. Fun fact, I don't know how or why, but our noon broadcast is our most watched broadcast. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, you'd think like noon, who's even there? But apparently people do watch. And I put always my full effort no matter what broadcast I'm on, because I do a lot of, stuff for the later shows too, just taped. I'll always put my full effort in, but I just don't care what I look like. And I don't know why. But I would say all I need is just powder and lipstick. That's like the only makeup touches that I ever do when I'm live in the noon. Obviously, I'm not just gonna keep applying like bronzer. I just look like an idiot. A little bit of glossy gloss. All right, let's go. We are back again. I've got my script here. The lights are on. We are ready to go. You guys know the drill. You know how this works. And I need to sit in this chair for, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but just a little bit just to memorize some stuff. The thing is, I am doing a lot of numbers, so I'm not gonna be memorizing everything, but I need to have like a basic, like I need to memorize the beginning when I'm on camera and all. Then I can eventually refer to the numbers, but they don't always take the graphic. Like for example, you guys can see right here. Oh my gosh, this is actually kind of cool. I've never showed you this, I don't think. We put in graphics like this, and this is how it's going to appear on the screen. And when it shows that, of course I can be reading, but they don't always take the graphic at the exact moment, so I kind of need to memorize, like, I don't know, so it says take graphic here. I need to memorize up to like at least there. Today is a busy one. I just finished up 6 live shots at the Cincinnati Museum Center, and it was a really neat story. They expanded their space exploration gallery, so we were there all morning. But even though the story was so cool, it was such a cool experience, I don't know, I just feel like I sucked today. Like, I'm just being dead honest. It had nothing to do with where I am. By the way, I had the coolest interviewee all morning, like just so easy to talk to and so good on camera. Yet I don't know, I just feel like I was off. Like, I just wrote the web script. I'm working in my car right now just because I didn't want to go all the way home. I have to go to another live shot, and I probably just should be leaving within like 5 minutes. But in order to write the web script, I have to take a look at like a couple of my hits to write down the quotes, the interview. And I was just like, oh, I sound really not good. And I guess I really don't want to. I will insert a couple of the clips here. And actually, okay, one that I'm going to insert, this one was tricky because it wasn't just me at the Space Exploration Gallery. Another station was here. And so we just so happened to be hitting at like the same exact time, and we have one interviewee. So we are all super friendly, and everyone is so nice from the other stations. Like, it's not competitive at all. I sometimes get questions about that. Like, no, I'm friends with everyone from the other stations. They're the best. Maybe our bosses aren't necessarily friends. Like, they're probably more in competition, but with us, we're all cool with each other, which is really nice. And so what we will do, we both start our hits pretty much at the same time. They started about like 25-30 seconds before me. So she started off with the interviewee, and then I start my live hit with no one. And then the interviewee in the middle of my hit will like run over. And they just are never going to be that smooth because I am constantly wondering, like, I'm looking, is he coming? And then I'm trying to talk and fill time, and I'm like, is he here? Like, you have to time it out, but there's no timing it out. It's just all going to be random. My first live hit, I'll show you, was kind of just a mess.
Hey, Sheila, do you ever have those days where you think, you know what? I just need a break. Specifically, I need a break with planet Earth. It is just so basic. I'm done with it. And then that's why you can come here. And I don't know if you can see. I mean, yes, you can. You have eyes. These are amazing. But I don't know if the camera is even going to pick up just how amazing it is. And the really cool thing is you're probably like, what is that? Well, then you just come right here, and we have all kinds of answers on the walls. For example, this one is talking about, is space curved? And it's kind of like you're walking on a trampoline to show that, yes, indeed, it is curved. So this is one of the 3 new rooms. We are in the room of, you can kind of see over here, imagination. And that's exactly what this exhibit does. It lets you imagine, because I don't know about you, Sheila, but I personally haven't been to any of these planets before, but it really is just such an awesome experience. And here to tell us a little bit more about it is Cody with the Museum Center. Cody, you guys have really outdone yourself. I mean, how long have you guys been working on this?
And then I looked and I saw another one. I sound, I don't know, like not good. Like, I'm talking too fast. I don't know, guys.
Hey, Sheila, if you think you know the Space Exploration Gallery, well then think again, because this is what you might be familiar with. A man named Neil Armstrong, and we have had this exploration gallery for about a year now. I mean, it is incredible, but the thing is, yeah, you mentioned it, Sheila, it has doubled in size, and right now, I want to bring you to a spot that no one has seen before. We are the first, and we are here with Cody to tell us more about it.
I did do the moonwalk on air, though. I did, in fact, do a very bad moonwalk on air.
Local 12's Clancy Burke joins us live from there with a look around at Clancy. If I don't get a moonwalk at some point this morning, going to be disappointed.
Wait, I'm trying to think. The moonwalk, is that where you go like this, Bob? Like,
Because I would do it if you want to give me a tutorial at the end. Very cool. And Cody, can you give me a moonwalk? Did I do it right?
I think you had too much hands.
Too much. Oh, the hands get in it. Yeah.
It's all feet.
Oh, it's all in the feet. Okay, so on that note, you can look at my dirty white shoes. Sorry, I can't keep them clean. I'm going to moonwalk out of this. Back to you in the studio, Bob. Yeah, I'm using the hands. It's just instinct.
It's all about how you shift the weight on the front foot. Plus my shoes aren't even tied, so we won't even get into it. Clancy, thank you so much. Or you could just do like a legit moonwalk and be like, I'm on the moon. Which is a totally different thing.
But yeah, I just feel kind of exhausted, and I feel like it's so repetitive me saying I'm tired, and I don't want to complain, but I'm just being honest. I get a lot of questions asking about how my sleep schedule is, because when a lot of you met me, in a sense, you saw that I went to bed at 6 p.m. every night to wake up at 2, and then it just wasn't working because, you know, Zach would come home at like 5:30 and we would have like a half hour together, and then I'd go right to bed, and it just sucked. So as you guys know, I started split sleeping, and that means I come home from work around like, 12:31, then I'll nap for like 3 hours, and then I'll go back to bed later at night. And it really has been great. Like, I so much prefer that for being a normal human being. Like, it's just so hard to be normal when you go to bed at 6. And then also, I think another thing with the whole 6 p.m. bedtime routine is that I would feel so much pressure about not being able to do things. I need sleep. I don't know, like, my dad always conditioned it into me, like bedtime. My dad was the least strict father you could ever imagine. My mom was super strict, so that's why I actually grew up in a very like strict household. But my dad, oh my gosh, I could go out to like 3 in the morning and be a freshman in high school, and he really like just wouldn't care. I don't think, like, he's Irish. I don't know. That's the excuse I give. The one thing that he was so strict on, actually 2 things. One is I had to eat breakfast every morning. He was so into that. It would be like 6 a.m. and I'd be shoving waffles down my throat. And then 2, bedtime. He like would just freak out if I wasn't in bed. And I started seeing, as I was like a junior in high school, my friends, they didn't have a bedtime. And I was like, what the heck? Like, what? Because I'd be on video call with them like every single night. I was like, why do I have a bedtime? And my dad was just so adamant on that. And it carried on to me. Like, I'm like, I need my sleep. And the thing about split sleeping is I don't feel as stressed out, because I always think like, okay, I can just make it up in like my nap the next day. For example, when I stayed up till 10:45 the other night, I made up for it yesterday. I ended up taking like a 4-hour nap. Yeah, a 4-hour nap. That is really nice, and it makes me be like more chill and just more of a human. But the downside is, like, you guys know how you feel when you wake up from a nap, right? Like, you feel kind of groggy and out of it. It's like hard for you to get back into the rhythm of things. Well, that's how I feel every single day, because most people don't nap every day. You might nap every once in a while, be like, wow, I took a nap, deal with the grogginess, but I do that every day, and it can just be a little bit hard to get back into the swing of things that night. It's a really small thing, not that big of a deal at all, but I really do think I'm gonna stick with the split sleeping. Like, I much prefer it. And even just like on the weekends, it allows me to stay up later, just because, I don't know, when you go to bed at 6, 5 days a week, Friday or Saturday comes, and your body's just like, what? You want me to suddenly go to bed at 11? Like, it's such an adjustment, whereas now I'm used to the 11 p.m. hour. I'm even used to it on work nights, like yesterday. That one really messed me up, and I think that's why I'm so tired today. It's like when you have one bad sleeping night, it just a lot of times messes up your whole week. Anyway, we gotta go to our next story. We're going to a circus, I think. I am very unclear on these details. My producer set this up. It's a 9 a.m. live shot. We're going to a circus at a mall. We are gonna figure out what that is about. And that's a lot of this job. Like, you kind of just show up places and you're like, what is this? Who is here? Who am I interviewing? Okay, let's do it. And it kind of makes it more interesting that way.
I can't wait to see what this is all about, Clancy.
Sheila, I'm sorry, I cannot look at you right now because my eyes are focused on something else. You can see that. They just started about, I don't know, 10 seconds ago. I have not been able to take my eyes off of them. I mean, this is amazing.
All right, I am back from the circus, words I never thought I would say, and this right here is my web script that I just quickly wrote, sent in my web script from my story this morning, and now we gotta run over here, grab our laptop, because we have a Zoom interview at 11 with a school district for my story on Monday. So I'm pre-taping, and LOL, my Instagram is up. I think I was just trying to, I don't know, guys, I was just stalking myself, what can I say? And yes, we have a double laptop stitch going on. You really do need 2 laptops. You do. And actually, Zach, you want to give a little wave here? In the background, working from home. Reach out your hand. Okay. But yeah, working from home. You love it, Zach?
Oh, I love it.
He loves it. But I just realized, I mean, I don't know how I just realized this, but I need to eat breakfast. You guys know my chocolate. I'm sorry, Zach. I'm a little hyped up from this morning, so I need to just calm down a little bit. But you guys know that I'm all about the chocolate oatmeal right now. Yes, you can watch my last vlog if you're a little bit confused. And actually, Zach, tell them what I told you one time. That's very descriptive, but he knows what I'm talking about. I know he does.
What are you talking about?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Your chocolate oatmeal?
Yeah, like,
I always like bring it up.
so just like when I first started eating it, like obviously I was like, oh my gosh, Zach, I discovered chocolate oatmeal. What is that?
It's falling off the flower.
Oh my God, Zach, I thought that was a bird. Ew, I'm literally about to vomit. Guys, these are these are the dead flowers that Zach got a few weeks ago. We are so bad about throwing these out. Oh my gosh, that just scared me so much. That looks like the beak. Oh my God. So I discovered the chocolate oatmeal and it was like great. And like Zach told me like next day, like, oh, that's awesome that you like found the chocolate oatmeal. I'm like, you discovered that? I'm like, yeah. Next day he comes up to me, he's like, oh man, that's so great that you have the cocoa. And then he said it every day for like, I don't know, maybe like 8 days in a row. And then finally on the 9th day, he came up to me and he was like,
I didn't keep saying it's great you found it.
No, you kept saying,
I would just say, oh, cocoa powder. She's making it sound like ridiculous.
No, I'm making it sound you're kind.
Well, I was kind, but I didn't say this. I didn't say like, oh, it's so great.
The day that I was like, you keep saying this was when I distinctly remember you go, that's great. And I was like, what's so great about it?
I won't tell her that I'm glad she's found food she likes anymore.
No, but that's the funny thing about it. There was nothing bad about it, but I was just like, why does he, like, cause I eat all the time and you don't like come up to me and say like, oh, it's awesome you're eating your chicken.
Because you didn't just start eating
Sorry,
chicken.
I didn't mean to be mean. Come on. That's one thing Zach has told him that you do to me when you're mad.
I don't want to be touched.
He won't be touched. Like, he will do anything in his power, like dodge my touches, and it's upsetting. Also, Zach brought home this mask for me because I tried one of his work masks and freaking loved it. I'm obsessed. It just fits me like a glove, but no offense, Zach, I can't have like the tech systems on there. So what I do is it's little arts and crafts time. I go in here and I just take a Sharpie and I just black out the word tech systems and then it's perfect. But back to the oatmeal, Zach is very excited that I have discovered this.
Nope.
I think yes he is. He's more excited than I am. But yeah, if you haven't seen that video, it's just these 3 beautiful ingredients and we're about to make magic. That was weird. And there you have it, folks. Chocolate oatmeal in like 5 minutes or less. It is so delicious. Right, Zach?
Right.
Guys, I feel like my eyes might just pop out of my head. I don't know. I am just scrambling. By the way, that wonderful oatmeal we made a while ago has not gotten even touched yet because I am putting together these things for our later shows as well. As you guys saw, I had 2 stories this morning, and that means I put together 2 look lives for the later shows. And so that is what I'm doing, but my interview is about to happen and I'm not even that prepared for it. So right now we have on this tab some questions I'm asking, but we are eating the oatmeal. It's happening. It's going down. Could it be? Could this day finally be over? I feel like this has been the most fast-paced day ever, and actually, I'm not even complaining. Again, it's just so embarrassing. You can see I'm holding up my arm. I'm actually not even complaining though. Like, I like this. This was great. The only thing though is I try to finish on time. I normally finish at 12:30, but there was just no way it was gonna happen today. There's just too much. But man, oh my gosh. I've just been sitting here. I did my Zoom interview. My interviewee had a very cool background. I was jealous. And then I just have it all in here, ready to go for Monday. And yes, it is the weekend. The only thing is that now I have to nap. And everyone always says like, oh my gosh, you must just look forward to your nap so much. And not really. Like, it's kind of just a chore that I clearly need considering I knock out for hours, and if I didn't nap, I'd be like dying by 4 p.m. But going to sleep is honestly just a really annoying thing. It's an annoying process. So I actually really don't look forward to it, and I don't look forward to having to take off all my makeup and getting into pajamas. Like, it's just a really annoying process. And that's the annoying thing about this like split sleeping schedule. It's like I feel like I have to do all of the annoyances twice. Like I find it annoying to, like I always brush my teeth before my nap too. Like it's seriously like I'm going to bed for the night twice and it's just annoying. And let me know if you want to see an updated nighttime routine, which I know it's so dumb calling these nighttime routines, or bedtime routines I guess is more accurate because it's at like 2 p.m. But let me know, because I've never done a split sleep routine, like where I've taken you through like when I wake up at 4 or 5 p.m., which guys, when I wake up at 4 or 5 p.m., I'm like the devil. I'm so groggy and tired after the nap. So anyway, let me know if you guys want to see that. Comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't really know what this vlog was. Bye.